Guys, what's going on? You got your man Sam Gray of the one, the only Choose Happiness. Beautiful beauty there. Buy it, samgray.ca. But first, today's valuable lesson about diet. What is your emotional diet? What is your emotional diet? As a young man, it's tempting. I mean, I speak from experience to get involved in the beautiful, colorful, rich world of exercise and diet and health. And it's very easy to see the fruits involved in that pursuit, the surface level tasks you can orient yourself around in health. You can sleep enough, you can eat enough, you can eat the right foods, you can exercise enough, the right amount of cardio, stretching, weights. Heck, throw some yoga in there, some jiu-jitsu, why not? I'm telling you, if your emotional diet isn't correct, specifically if you're putting negative emotions in your body, it doesn't matter what you eat. It doesn't matter how much you sleep. Yeah, more sleep will help you manage them, but why not put them there in the first place? So we're going to talk about a couple of them. We're going to talk about shame to put in your body and stress. And shame is when you make yourself wrong for doing for something you've done or you are doing, a part of your life. Guilt's in the past. It's something you've done in the past that you feel bad about. Shame is something that you are doing now, or even deeper, someone that you are. Shamed about who you are. And shame is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's very poisonous, actually. Shame is poisonous. Because when you teach yourself you're wrong for being who you are, you will work towards stopping. You will work towards being less of who you are. You de-incentivize the goal of becoming yourself. And that is how you work towards death. If you really want to be simple about it, life is being you and loving yourself. And life is love. Death is hate. I mean, death is a lack of love. It's the structure of the universe. Like, these are simple things. There's very simple things. But what's not simple is understanding that the fruits of sleep and diet, food-wise, like eating food-wise and exercise, what's not simple is seeing those as fruits and seeing the roots as the emotions incentivizing those behaviors. I squatted for years of my life, sometimes over 8 times a week, and I did this from a place of anger towards my father. To you young men out there, I was angry at him, and I had to express that anger by hurting myself. It didn't really matter how my body felt. I just needed to be bigger than him. I needed to be stronger than him. I needed to be different than I was, because who I was hurt. It was pain. So moving away from pain and step towards love. So shame is about moving away from yourself. Stress is in there too. Stress is maybe about the future. So guilt about the very past, shame is present. Stress is future. Stress is about what's coming. It's a denial. So acceptance is the goal here. It's the opposite of acceptance. Rejection. The rejection of the future. You reject yourself. You reject parts of yourself, your body dies. There's actually a medical terminology. You get a new organ, your body rejects it, which means it rejects it as a part of you. And when that happens, you die. As a side note here, just so this video is as value-packed as we possibly can make it, the number one preventable cause of death for men aged 10 to 44 is suicide, killing yourself, the ultimate self-rejection. So when we're talking about these emotions and we're talking about health, we're really talking about the roots of your life. What's more sacred than that? We're grounded beings, especially as men. It's important we connect to the earth, to connect to ourselves. And the roots of your life, you ground yourself in acceptance as a man. And when you connect to other men, you ground yourself in that acceptance. And when you don't, when the other men reject you, you change so that they accept you. And that's a good thing, by the way. That's a good thing. Not to seek the approval of other men and not to base your opinion of yourself or the value you place on yourself exclusively of what other men think of you. But it is a great thing to have yourself do something and have it be exposed to other men and have them tell you it's a bad thing. Because if other men around you are telling you you're doing a bad thing, you should probably listen to them, by the way. You really should. I mean, you really think you're smarter than them? Especially if there's multiple of them. You really think you know better? Men have been put on this earth to help each other, accept each other. We're here to challenge each other. We're here to direct each other towards growth. And when we connect to that, when we can connect to each other, we can move away from death and move away from rejection by stopping doing things that are bad for us. You help other men grow. It's natural. It's innate. I can't tell you how many business mentors I've had. I mean, tens upon tens of them, all of them in the pureness of their heart. Every time it would come to me as a shock, they just want to help. They don't want anything back. They just want to help. It's innate. It's innate. They can't help themselves wanting to help me as a man. So you connect to other men who accept you, and if you do something that they don't accept, smarten up and fucking get your act together. Start behaving. Okay, so to tie this together here, stress was in the future. So what's the goal here? Ease is in the present. Acceptance is in the present. I mean, heck, joy. These are things that aren't even confined by time. Isn't that interesting how the positive parts of life are without constraints? Joy, happiness. Focus on ease, like what feels good is what's easy. Emotions have been placed as in the universe to guide us towards what's healthy, what perpetuates the universe, what helps humans grow, what creates more love. I mean, it's quite objective. It's like you feel good when you're doing things that make you more likely to evolve as a human, more likely to pass along your genes. And when you're doing things that are harmful to you or others or your children especially, you really don't feel good. And it's very important to listen to those feelings. So if you aim to feel good, if you aim to feel joy and happiness and an ease within you, you will naturally be attracted to all of the fruits in the world. I mean, heck, all of the right foods to put in your body if you first grow the roots of love within yourself. I mean, it's simple stuff, guys. It's simple stuff. You put love into your body, you're going to get love expressed. And love looks rich. It looks healthy. It looks beautiful. It looks curvy. It looks chiseled. I'm telling you. But if you put hate in your body, if you put self-rejection, it's coming out as death. And it's coming out as ugly, gross stuff. It's terrible. And when you see yourself being stressed, when you see yourself feeling ashamed, that's what's happening. That's what you're giving yourself. You have control over these things. You choose what you eat. You choose how you feel. And you may not necessarily choose what you're feeling moment to moment, but you choose which ones you focus on. And what you focus on in life grows. Doubles, triples, exponentially grows where you put your attention. So Choose to put your attention on loving yourself and accepting yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to die. And for all men, especially if you're aged 10 to 44, I hope you understand that. And I hope that makes you very uncomfortable, and I hope you tell that to people in your life, because suicide is the #1 preventable cause of death for Canadians. For men aged 10 to 44, #1. So now you know. You're doing that to yourself every moment you choose to feel stress, shame, or guilt. Stop it. I'll link to a funny video on that in the description. Alright guys, Sam Gray here. Love it. Really glad we could spend some time together. Really loving making these videos. Just really honored. And I just want to hear from you. Check out my site, send me an email. All your messages are gifts to me. So hope this was valuable to you. And if you'd like any suggestions for future videos, if you have any, I really appreciate them. So send me a message. Alright, and buy my book. Buy my book. It's really good. Okay, peace.